Metaverse Nomads.
Welcome back, Metaverse Nomads, for another episode, numbered 94 of Metaverse Nomads here. And we have today, before we get into our rounds, Winston. Appreciate you coming on, our Centaurian from Rome, the guild associated that we run with, focusing on Star Atlas mainly, but also Mirandus, as we have that playtest coming out on the 15th, which is exciting. I don't know if you guys have been seeing those things, but yeah. But how's it going? Let's do our rounds. Fancy, what's going on?
Yeah, glad to be back. We're getting ever so slightly closer to episode 100. Got big plans coming up.
Yes, it's been a crazy exciting week. A lot of announcements around the metaverse with different games that I'm kind of looking at. But Star Atlas, come on, we're getting somewhere. We got traction. And a lot of people learning new skills when it comes to these quests, I think. So we'll see how that goes. Winston, how's everything going?
Going great, actually. Yeah, happy to be here once again. Yeah, we do have some stuff going on the Star Atlas side. It's been a long time coming, so happy to see everyone in Rome, getting together and starting to, actually do stuff as a guild in Star Atlas. Yeah, really good times. Yeah, it's the gameplay is still basic, right? But at least we have some group objectives to get into, which we're gonna talk about today.
Right, and you could definitely see how it was shaped up to be this way exactly. There was a lot of maybe thinking and planning in the background, even though some might say it took a long time, but others said, we have to deal with some other things. So all in all, it might not be the most attractive thing to a first-person shooter of traditional gaming, but in this Web3 world of gaming, it's major headway. So after so much time. So yeah, appreciate all the Romans coming out to support us, and everyone watching live right now, and everyone watching after the fact. Do all the YouTube garbage, like, subscribe, comment, notifications, do it all, because we're here regularly every Sunday, and maybe not. You just chime in on a Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So usually what we do here, we talk about general news first to lighten the load, maybe, or get us warmed up, and then we jump into Star Atlas news. So I guess we can jump right into it. This week, bubbles do what bubbles do. The markets are up and down, sideways. So not a technical analyst here, but yeah, the meme coin saga has kind of ended. There's still some people doing some meme coinery, some degen stuff. But I got off the train of I still have my Pepe bags, but let us know in the chat if you're still involved in meme coins. Maybe you're late to the party, or you've been hitting it off with some coins. What about you, Winston? I know you got involved at some point last week.
What happened to Pepe, man? What happened?
what markets do all the time? They go up and down. What are you talking about?
No, I'm still good on Pepe, actually. It went down, like as you can see, but no, I'm still in the green on Pepe, so all good here.
Yeah, it's always one of those, when you got in, depending on when you got in, right? Is when or if you're still up or down. What about you, Fans? Any interest in meme coins ever, or is it just like a fly-by night thing?
Yeah, maybe in a bull run. Not right now.
Right. Well, the Bitcoin halving is coming up in 2024, so that's potentially
6 months down to go.
Yeah, just a little under a year from now. So yeah, depending on what projects you're interested in, if you're branching out or if you've been here for a while, yeah, let us know what you're interested in, what you're looking at, if you care to do so. But yeah, the portfolio continues to grow and eggs diversify into different baskets. So again, thanks to everyone for coming out. But yeah, let's get into the first general news story. And we have our main man, Brad Sherman here, who's definitely not on the side of crypto in support of it. He's a big proponent against it, and is a congressman in the United States of the United States of America. So I know we have a worldly audience here, but if you've been keeping up with us at all, I kind of cover global news and political and not. But here we go. Crypto bros, quote, made over $1 trillion out of thin air, Brad Sherman says at the U.S. House of hearing today. So they'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the United States government. So it says a lot right there. But let's play the clip of him saying this. You guys probably seen it, but.
Crypto bros make money literally by making money, and they've made over $1 trillion out of thin air. They'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government.
Wait, there was more.
It was a 14-second clip.
Oh,
so it just loops after that.
Okay, right. But what I meant was in the comment section, there's a nice remix of the song, and if you can just scroll and click on it, I think it would of that go down a little bit, or go up to the. Here we go. Is this it? No.
Here's crypto.
Go all the way up to the top, please.
Displaced by
Of the actual video. I don't know why it doesn't show on your end.
We have different feeds, I believe. So.
Well, it's a pretty funny one, and there's a remix someone made about him. It's a 42-second clip. But overall, the depending on where you live in the world, your country and its government are either in favor or not in favor of crypto. The majority of the world is leaning towards supporting it in some type of way, and there's regulatory clarity, and the United States, like we've been talking about, is just lagging behind. But I'm gonna actually share this here and put it in the private chat on StreamYard. If you can please pull it up, because I just love the memery of the crypto space. It's always a pleasure chiming in on news. Yeah, Congress memes.
crypto bros making money making crypto bros making money out of thin air. Crypto bros making money making crypto bros making $1 trillion. Crypto bros making money making crypto bros making money out of thin air. Crypto bros making money making crypto bros making money. They'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government. Making money, and crypto bros making money making crypto bros making money out of thin air. Crypto bros making money making crypto bros $1 trillion. Crypto bros making money making crypto.
Pretty much that's what it is for 42 seconds. So, but the irony here is that the federal government of the United States actually prints the money, and they're the only ones that could do so and have done so. And look at where we're at now with 31 trillion plus in debt. So it's a crazy world. It's the twilight zone we're in for sure when it comes to macroeconomics. Outside of. Mm-hmm.
Who is this guy exactly? Because I thought the money printing was outside of government, or maybe I'm getting it wrong here. But
correct.
Like the treasury is supposed to not be like separated. No, I don't know.
Right. So
who is this guy?
This is Brad Sherman. He's Congressman Brad Sherman of the United States, so the U.S. Congress. So he is talking on the fact that crypto bros, and there's a whole campaign in politics, especially with Biden, and there was like a poster he posted out with the loopholes that cryptocurrency bros are going through to the $18 billion worth of crypto through a loophole that we're benefiting from, and that's why they have to crack down on us. The Federal Reserve is essentially a private business, a private institution that controls the printing and the money supply, so the dollars. The Treasury is a separate entity, and the congressmen, even congressmen and women, don't know what goes on within the Federal Reserve. There's board members that sit on the Federal Reserve, and not even Congress could know unless they ask, and sometimes they're not even told. Right, so that's the broad stroke of what it is. And the world's dollar reserve got all the countries on the dollar. We could get into a petrodollar conversation because it all revolves around that good old gold of oil. But nevertheless, there's European central banks, right? There's central banks that were set up in all these countries, and they're the ones essentially holding the key to the printer or the person behind the curtain, doing all the nefarious things and running it amok. as far as the debt. So yeah, and that's where we're at. So it's a clown world when it comes to traditional money printing, and now we're in the crypto world and we're getting attacked, and there's a narrative being spun around about how we have loopholes that we were taking advantage of, and now we have to get cracked down on. But yeah, we know that crypto is a threat to the traditional traditional spaces of how money works. So yeah, but if no comments on that, that was just a funny remix of this guy who's clearly bought and paid for. So we can move on to the next one. Yeah, and just so you know, so Robert F. Kennedy Jr. So he's going to be at this Bitcoin conference in Miami. It's going to be he's running for presidential candidate, and yeah, and there's all this negative talk against him. Not that I'm in support of him or not per se, or anyone running for that matter. It's just that you'll get attacked no matter who you are and what your history is. Clearly, he has a history.
He's the son of actual Kennedy?
No, he's the nephew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the nephew of John F. Kennedy, one who was assassinated. Correct me if I'm wrong out here, but yeah, it just goes to show that besides his history, whoever would be in support, and I think crypto is going to be a huge conversation when it comes to the debates that go live during the presidential debates. It's definitely going to be a thing, but who knows? But yeah, just if you support crypto, watch out, guys. And let's move on to the next one here. So yeah, BTC. There was a lot of news around BTC and how ERC20 tokens and all the shitcoin memery and what's been going on there is transferring over onto Bitcoin's blockchain and filling up the meme pool, which is where transactions are held before they're approved to go through. And so Binance had to temporarily close BTC withdrawals as the network is experiencing congestion. So this week was a pretty big week when it comes to news overall. So we're just kind of like go through these headlines here. But Binance's team is currently working on a fix, and this was on May 7th. So I don't know if they actually put it back up. I think they have, but yeah, you're gonna have to pay like $20 if you've gotten involved and learned about ordinals and the wallets associated to that you would create, just like you would create a Phantom for Solana. You have a MetaMask for Ethereum, and it's associated ERC20 chains. And then for Bitcoin, there's Unisats, there's Ordinals wallet, and some others that you can download and create a meme phrase, a seed phrase for, to just take part in what's being built on the actual Bitcoin blockchain. So that's a whole new thing that was on the back of this meme coin stuff. So yeah, there's plenty of videos out there, but for time's sake, let's just jump on to our next one here. Yeah, and we had Michael Saylor, the big proponent and investor of or holding the most next to the government, I think, unless the government sold it all. I guess this year they're selling it all, their Bitcoin holdings. But executive chairman of MicroStrategy, Saylor, on the impact of ordinals on Bitcoin mining and the power of inscriptions. So we could play this clip, and yeah, let's do it.
So I think that what happened with ordinals and NFTs is we crossed this chasm from what was a bearish scenario to a bullish scenario. If I was a miner, I would be ecstatic. I think that long term, there are a lot of implications. Long term, the implication is there's going to be a lot of applications on the Bitcoin base layer. Yeah, if I can inscribe a piece of art, right? An NFT is kind of an art. But I could also inscribe my last will and testament. And if my last will and testament is moving $1 billion from me to you, how much is it worth to you to have that burned onto the blockchain and cryptographically verified?
Yeah, at least $1 billion for me.
What? Would you pay $20?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Would you pay $100?
Of course.
There you go. So there are interesting applications. So I think that what happened with ordinals and NFTs is we crossed this chasm from what was a bearish scenario to a bullish scenario. If I was a miner, I would be ecstatic. I think that
it looped there. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was a really clean one. Didn't catch
So
it.
yeah, Michael Saylor is bullish.
Right.
Good news.
Big news, right?
They have been doing this since the beginning, no? Like inscribing stuff into the Bitcoin blockchain. So,
So
explain to me, like I'm 5, what are ordinals? What is the new thing compared to what they were doing before? Is there a
technically,
new...
not necessarily. So Taproot was an upgrade to Bitcoin way back that allowed people to inscribe or combine data, which could be in the form of an image, a song, or PFP, anything, onto with satoshis. So now for each satoshi, you would be able to inscribe data, and there's a small megabyte amount. But for each time you do that, you'd have to it occupies space on the meme pool, which is a waiting line of transactions trying to go through, just as you have with Ethereum, where you have a lot of people paying higher gas fees to push their transaction to the front of the line. So nothing's technically changed, and Bitcoin was always capable of doing this, but the developers of blockchain are against anything that is associated with what's going on with Ethereum, because there's a war going on between ideas and opinions when it comes to Bitcoin adopting the ability to have what Ethereum does, in the sense that it'll be an immutable ledger of many more things. And usually the culture starts with memes, and then it goes on to more important things as people get that out their system, I think. But yeah, the congestion is otherworldly, and it's been the highest since the forking of the blockchain of Bitcoin, back when there was Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. That was in 2017. Or there was 2 separate times on a chart that showed crazy spikes as far as transaction congestion in the last decade and some change. So there's a lot of fight and pushback against any of this taking place. So we might have another fork that makes the decisions of having this continue to be in existence, and then wherever the money goes, the miners will as well. So the miners aren't complaining, as they approve these transactions, doing these computational equations on their GPU mining rigs in these big warehouses, and they're making money hand over fist. So it's going to be interesting. So we'll see. It's still all to be continued, but more power to all this happening on Bitcoin, because it was always talked about to me, and as I learned when I first got involved, that Bitcoin would be able to do a lot of these types of things. So maybe something happens where there's a balance.
Yeah, so there was this guy who was strongly against it, Bitcoin dev. And from what I understood, yeah, it's a bit of a conflict between the miners who are making money off of this and the devs and some Bitcoin maxis who are like, oh, yeah, no, this is not what it was invented for. It's like for something else. Keep that on Ethereum and the other chains. Yeah, might be another Bitcoin gold, diamond, Bitcoin Cash, call it whatever you want.
Bitcoin ETH. Whoa, that would be the day if that was the name of the new fork. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm excited though. Either way, it's you can't really beat the people, and this is one of the developers who was always against it, and he has a track record of speaking out against anything Ethereum was doing, and all that hodgepodge of people doing shit coins and degen stuff and all these other things on Ethereum's chain. But look how far we've come with Ethereum, and how much innovation and development took place. So if Bitcoin could have even a slight less than 10% of that, we'd see a lot more activity and adoption, I think, for Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is like 7 years behind. Ethereum is like doing so many crazy things that Bitcoin should have been doing it. For example, I think some of the fees for Ethereum's miners, they're getting burned. I forget what the name of what happened was at the time, but it's not like it is with the with the BTC chain, where there's 100% profits going straight towards the miners. So we need to diversify the earnings and have that kind of trickle down in a way, depending on what's passed, or what smart contracts or what upgrades are done to the chain itself. But yeah, there's way more to go when it comes to what we're talking about here, and it's just the early days. So I don't know if that was a 5-year-old explanation, so forgive me.
No, but yeah, it's fine. I think yeah, everyone understands.
Yeah, but on that note, this just grazed the surface of meme coin news again. So there was a whole bunch of adoption taking place on exchanges, from Bittrex to Crypto.com to Binance, adopting Pepe coin. There was a whole campaign that was socially grassroots, that had the delete Coinbase hashtag trending for over a week, like over 4 million retweets of Pepe and cancel Coinbase or delete Coinbase, because Coinbase sent out an email to all of its people who signed up and have an account, talking about how negative and racist, or on some along a Nazi related the Pepe like history and coin was, and they were totally off the mark because the origins of Pepe go much deeper than that, and there's all this history behind Pepe coin, and this is right off the heels of the Winklevoss twins with their Gemini exchange sending out an email accepting Pepe that as far as trading it on their exchange with some positive comments on the token itself and how it's for the people and love and all this other stuff. So now we had Coinbase having to come out to address this this popular hashtag that was taking over and getting into actual news outlets like CNBC and mainstream media. So if you didn't know that, that's what's been going on behind the scenes with the largest meme coin since Doge, apparently. And so we screwed up. Quote: Coinbase apologizes for Pepe comments. And yep, I just wanted to cover that. So do you go against the culture and community of crypto, thinking that
No.
you're bigger than any one group of people? On I don't know. It's crazy how it just evolved and the adoption took place like that.
So
What do you think?
what happened there? Like, was it one guy on Coinbase board or whatever who said like, "Oh no, I've seen this in the news. It's like some alt-right political thing, so let's just ban it." Whatever. Like, what happened there? Because I mean, people working at Coinbase, surely they know, right, that Pepe is like some. I mean, if you spend any amount of time on the internet in the last 20 years, you are fairly aware of that this is a very large thing, right? It's a very old meme. So I don't know. I'm curious. Like, I wish I was a fly on the wall, you know?
Sure.
Like, what was the conversation inside Coinbase? Like, they decided to send that email. Like, maybe it's just one or two guys. I don't know. And then big repercussions. But yeah.
Possibly. It possibly could have been the intern who made an email. They were like, "Hey,
Yeah,
get this Pepe
maybe.
stuff. Hey, intern, give me a coffee and write up an email about how we're not going to accept Pepe as a token and miss out on billions and billions of dollars worth of trading fees," which is what the Pepe community was pushing for. You know, they kind of were strong arming these exchanges, always tagging them. It was like a mass tagging of trying to get this token on exchanges, so then the market cap could go higher and people could make more money and all these things. And we won't even get into the sandwich transactions. So Jared from Subway.eth is an account, and he's like front running and making money off of the buy and sell. So there's arbitrage on a small scale, but with every transaction that takes place. And he's over here. He already made like $40 million, and so the top 14 holders are MEV bots, essentially, and they're making the most money out of all of this. Although some people have cashed out some like millions of dollars since they got in or where they got in, but there's a whole thing going on with what's the real Pepe coin, the MEV bots associated with people making money, if it's really people making money, or and then Coinbase not wanting to take on the coin gets all this backlash from the plebs on the surface level, or maybe the guys with certain narratives that they're trying to push when it comes to Pepe. So it's a whole melting pot of, if you're not really up on it, does it matter to you? Probably not. But I was just invested in the coin. I lightly use the word invested, and since last week it took everything by storm. Almost all headlines, and obviously here we have hashtags on Twitter. So you know, I don't know. Good on them, Coinbase, for not taking on the token. Does it matter all that money that they would make, or is it they're trying to keep their record clean when it comes to everything they're doing around the world, and trying to get clearer regulation in the United States?
Yeah, I guess they are under enough pressure right now, and they don't want to add on, you know, like, oh yeah, we're gonna list a meme coin when we're having the SEC after us and stuff. You know?
Right. So okay, up to you. Let us know what you think, if you care at all, and we'll move on to the next one here. Let's not forget about the IRS, a whole other entity of an institution here in the United States. So the IRS files claims worth $44 billion against FTX bankruptcy. So FTX is still here, in and out of the news some days. Quote, the claims are filed under the classification admin priority, which could allow the IRS claims to take precedence over the claims of other creditors in the bankruptcy case. So you basically nationalized, good game. So basically, people's monies, the retailers are getting shafted once again. They're at the back of the line here, and the Internal Revenue Service is going to come in, take their 44 billion, and get out, and then whatever's left over, you divvy it up pretty much between retailers. Yeah, it's such a crap show there with FTX and how it's being handled, and no surprise, I guess, that that the IRS has got their hands in another cookie jar of trying to make money. But yeah, that's pretty sad. RIP and for all the FTX individuals who are still waiting. It looks like Celsius creditors are going to be getting more money sooner than anyone at FTX. And Voyager, that's another rest in peace situation. United States, man, they're really protecting you. Even though Binance was going to buy up all of the claims of Voyager and give them back at least 70% of their money, now it's knocked down to 30%. So there's still some heartbreak and situations needing to take place still with all this that happened. Did you guys at all have any money in any of these centralized exchanges?
No. Maybe I got an email from FTX and they owe me 4 cents or something like that because I had some dust of USDT in there. But no. I was lucky enough to not have anything on FTX. But yeah, I mean, crypto or not, that's pretty usual scenario, right? The end user, retail guy, in case of liquidations like this, you're the last one getting paid, if you get paid at all, right?
All right.
That's
the
how it goes.
IRS is going to have to fight all those lawyers for that 44 billion.
44 billion, man. How much is the total? How do they get to that number?
That's a good question. That was one of the main questions that was being asked. Yeah, I didn't go down the rabbit hole with that, but it's just, come on, can people catch a break? But hey, maybe it's their fault for, depending on who you are and what you think, for even getting involved and not seeing the writing on the wall when it came to FTX. But who's going that deep down the rabbit hole during the come up of FTX? There were some people asking about how they even became that relevant and that big of a player in crypto, but at the time,
that's how they did it.
I gotta get scissors and cut a hole out here. Where's it at?
Yeah, that's collector, man.
FTX. I should replace it with RIP.
Fund some events, get some famous people to come on.
The tentacles.
Sure. Everyone will believe you.
Oh man, I even forgot it was on the shirt.
Yeah.
But I think what is it? Today's for even Terra Luna. Or yesterday or this week was the first year anniversary of Terra Luna.
It was.
Even
no, it was the birthday of Steady Guys deploying capital. Yeah, it was 1 year. Do Kwon, yeah. Who is under arrest right now, or on bail?
I think he's being held. Montenegro got caught.
Yeah, I think he's on bail now, but. Yeah, there was something with him. He got arrested using false documents or something like that.
Right.
So he's not on the run anymore.
Right.
We're not gonna see him hop on random streams it's who is being looked for by Interpol or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's over.
Man, and so yeah, that's pretty much the general news. A little catching up of past and recent events within the last week. A lot's been going on. Maybe at the end we'll talk about some Gala. There was some nice play tests that people were getting in. But you know what? Gala aside, any other Metaverse Web3 NFT game aside, let's get into Star Atlas. We don't wear these shirts for nothing. You don't come here for no reason. You probably come here just for the Star Atlas news. So that's what we're going to give to you. Hard, fast, and moist. Depending on what your preference is. But take it away, Fancy.
Yeah, have you guys seen this icon this week? It's been popping up everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
I don't actually know what it's
So to catch everyone up, I guess, it's been already a couple of days since they released this photo. And don't worry, you're never alone. And that's the campaign or the title headline of what it's associated with. So the amount of Star Atlas Never Alone tweet posts popping up across Twitter is astounding, as the Hologram News Networks mentions here on their Twitter post. So no one really knew what it was, but it was the town hall event where we had the mass scanning and warping event that was kind of last minute that Jose on the lore team, or Newt as you might know him, put together. So shout out to Romans. Everyone came out in last minute almost too. It was that was a whole nother thing. Between Winston and I,
I'm like, holy shit, guys!
Powers
Okay,
of-
so we
Go ahead,
we
go ahead.
okay, so they announced the event, right? Probably like few days before it actually happens. So we scrambled to like make an announcement on Rome Discord, and we had a huge turnout. And I know Star Atlas hasn't been the most active last few months, and the amount of people in Rome Discord who actually showed up, unlisted some ships, and went, like fucking answered the call. That's fucking good to see, guys. Like, we were so happy to see this. We had over 42 people just enlisting to get on the event like a few days later on May 10th. We had one of the biggest area reserved just for a guild. We had about 20% of the map on the grid for escape velocity. Tons of people in Discord on the day, lots of activity. Like, yeah, that's good to see, guys. Happy to see that everyone is still lurking here for Star Atlas and ready to jump in whenever there's something to do. And hopefully this is just a sign for how the rest of the year is going to be. Because now we have this social campaign that we're gonna be talking about it later. We're gonna be all in there for the Never Alone campaign, trying to get some of these nice drops at the end of the year. Escape velocity, we're still gonna do some more testing like we did on May 10th. That's gonna happen several times more on the weekends. They're gonna up the probabilities of loot, stuff like that. So yeah, guys, hang in there, and we got some nice stuff for you also today for the guys who joined up, who signed up for the event, who showed up on the day. We got a few ships to give away. We're gonna do some marbles later. So yeah, thank you for still being here, still hanging out with us in Rome. And if you're looking for a guild doing stuff in Star Atlas, go Rome.io.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, man, it was such a, like you said, a last minute endeavor, very tedious one, because Jose had to get out all the coordinates to all the guilds who were DMing him about where they would be on the map. So I did a manual while Winston was tackling that chat GBT. Man, the prompting
Which doesn't work.
Yeah, it was a pretty time consuming endeavor there, but we were making headway nonetheless, and then we finally got it out to the guild, and everyone who answered the call. Shout out to you guys. So we have a nice amount of people on a list here for the Marbles stream giveaway that Winston is doing. Winston happened to win a Tufa feast as a reward from one of the giveaways that were added on from the team members. Was it Santi or Jose?
It was Santi, yeah.
Yeah, Santi just threw in one of his own Tufa feists, and Winston here, as well as one other member of Rome.
It was Gohoki, I think,
Gohoki.
who won something else. Yeah.
Right. He answered one of the actual first question of the trivia that was in the Atlas Brews channel. So yeah, shout out to the team of Star Atlas for getting this together, Jose and the like, for doing this last minute, and shout out to everyone who took part in Rome. Rome strong, baby. Go Rome or go home.
Yeah.
And then shout out to all the winners here. And then I guess before we go any further, do you want to do a giveaway right now? For everyone who was involved, and we'll have that pulled up. We'll share Winston's stream.
Yes.
Before we continue
share this. Marbles.
Yes.
Do you guys see this?
Right. Yeah, we see it. So what Winston did was he took all the names of people who took part in the last minute event. So if you were able to make it out and support Rome by having your fleet up on the board and clicking and scanning and taking part in the Atlas Brew in any way, shape, or form, your name is up here. And we're going to do, I think, Winston, you sold off the Tufa Feist for X5s?
Yeah, that's it. Sold off the Tufa Feist, and we're going to do 4 X5 for this stream. So we're gonna do 2 marble games. 2 winners for each games. So we're gonna pick 2 winners. The first 2 who can finish this race, they will have an X5 each, and then we're gonna do another one at the end of the stream.
Awesome. So
stay tuned.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Let's get to it.
Okay. So we're gonna pick a map. I don't know. Should we let the chat pick the map? Give one number, and do you have innocent eyes who will pick any map? A number between 1 and 72, 73. What do we say? I'll pick one random.
Sure. write your numbers in the chat. What do you think? If you're out there and your hands are free, let's see what numbers come out on the chat here. Pick a number, any number.
36,
Going twice.
69.
69.
Yeah.
Oh man, perfect
Yeah,
number.
that's a good one.
Oh,
Okay,
PG.
Yeah.
What a
Let's
Chad. What a Chad.
Let's go. Number 69 is a
Of course.
bracket. All right.
Oh man.
Let's load this.
Step up your number game. 69.
Okay, so we have everyone here. 42 Romans who participated in the last event. So 2 winners will go out of this race with Pierce X5. Let's go.
And we're off.
And we are BC is taking the lead with Astro Magnus. Okay, anything is possible, I guess. I don't know what map this is.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it.
All right, okay, this is getting messy. Emperor takes the lead, Raw Mega second.
It's looking like a Star Atlas racetrack out here.
Yeah, anything can change at this point, to be honest.
Look, that looks like the octopus.
Raw Mega took the lead, Emperor second.
Or the squid, actually.
Really close together.
Damn, Raw Mega just coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Tense.
Emperor closely behind Raw Mega. We're getting some space in between our guys here.
Okay, let's go.
Maybe not.
Oh, Diesel Dog getting second place. Oh, first place, actually. Okay, running up.
And will you look at those clouds? How clean are those?
Emperor's not even top 10 anymore. Wow.
Yeah.
That's first before.
Diesel Dog, Seeker Mind. Is this the end? No, it's not the end.
How many laps we got here? Is it
Not sure.
Is this a full-on 3 laps and whoever wins?
Yeah, I guess so. I've never seen one like this before. Usually there's like some jumps. Like, see, you can see the entire map. Yeah. So this is like a proper racing circuit. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels track back in the day.
Diesel Dog getting some serious distance with the rest of the group here.
Make sure you pick
Psycho
up your
Man
kitty.
right behind.
Ooh, Diesel
Followed
Dog.
by Raw Mega.
Oh,
and a certain Rasius.
interesting. No pit stops to change the tires, which is convenient. Just keep it moving.
I think that bounce there is the most RNG of the course.
Yeah. Diesel Dog losing some ground here.
Man,
Will
I
he be
wonder,
able
how
to
does
keep
anyone
the
catch
lead?
up? Yeah, right?
You'll see. Maybe there's a turn where he gets
The gap seems to be closing.
thrown around.
Final lap.
Is that me? What the? What
Yeah, you're second place.
Oh, wow. Great.
Yeah.
All
rigged.
right. It's a it's a scam.
Oh, Ray took the lead, actually. Diesel Dog
That's it.
second. Okay.
To infinity. Don't worry, guys. You're never alone. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here with you guys. Moral
This
support
is
behind.
this is really smooth gameplay.
Man, I vouch to throw my ship back in if I win.
Here's the last jump. It's coming up.
What's it looking like?
Really close. It's really close.
Ooh.
We might get a reroll for second place, actually.
I'm about to tap that. Watch out, Diesel. Oh,
Oh, Psycho Mine. Oh, Enigma
was
coming
so
in. Enigma!
Enigma!
doesn't have time for this.
oh, there. The gaps are close. Now it's pretty close.
Oh, down to 5. 6 very.
What?
Okay, we have
What
a
a
winner,
close-
Diesel
That
Dog.
was so close. So close. I think Christopher was
Check the
was
final
crypto,
results. We have
Crypto.
2 winners.
Harry.
Diesel Dog.
What's the timing
And-
on that?
Yeah,
Man.
we have. Yeah, it's really close.
Really close. Really close.
We have Diesel Dog and Enigma 42 for our first 2 winners. You both go home with our Pier 65. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
All right. You know, there's better maps out there, but that one was pretty good. It was good. It was a good warmer. A good warmer for the next one. But thanks a lot, Winston, for doing that. We'll stay tuned. We're going to have another one at the end of the segment of Star Atlas. And then, but let's get on with the Star Atlas news.
So yeah, let's move on to Never Alone, the social adventure that Michael was referring to earlier, and yeah, it's quite interesting. You connect to Zeely, and you have to do several things, but then you can earn points towards like an individual reward or something for your DAC, which is quite interesting, really. What do you guys think of this event?
I like it.
Yeah, there's other platforms in Web3 that you can link up. I've seen other projects link up to do quest-like adventures, if you want to call them that, and earn XP that's related to the game by connecting your wallet. So it's nice that Star Atlas is actually doing this. I was saying to Jose in a message in Twitter, I think, that this is a whole a very holistic approach to incorporating the lore, player engagement, right next to escape velocity, having everything. It's like a multifaceted, holistic approach to building out the next platform that Star Atlas is gonna launch off of. So again, there's a lot of thought and time that was put into this. So kudos to the team, and yeah, so no surprise there that Zeal that we're
Zeely.
using right, but the event it's fun. I'm ecstatic that we have this out, and it's a whole year's worth of content. But
Yeah. And
what are your-
people were getting, I mean, we've been 2 weeks into escape velocity now. And I guess many people were disappointed in the drop rate because, of course, they get you in with these promises of gold loot, diamond loot. People are, getting to think like, okay, maybe I'm going to get a few air bikes here and there, a few nice ships. But at the end of the day, most people are getting Air 4 and paints and escape velocity posters, which are worth a few cents each. So after 2 weeks, the gameplay isn't riveting exactly, so people are getting kind of tired of it, and now they drop this. And that's actually a good reason to keep logging in on escape velocity without needing to farm too much, because it's over 2 months. The escape velocity missions, you don't have to play like hundreds of hours, to complete them. You can play a little bit every day, and after the 2 months are over, you will be able to complete your quests. And if you actually play the long game, wait for the end of the year, you get some pretty nice rewards, especially if you are in a DAC and you play the guild contest. Then you're starting to get like some seriously good rewards for the time you spent all along the year doing this. So yeah, I think this is part of a very thought out strategy that they've been preparing for a while. I hope they're gonna follow up with the gameplay releases until the end of the year to keep things moving. So I think we've got this for 2 months, right? The first mission. So hopefully, when these 2 months are over, there's a new release, showroom update, then a new mission, then another update, then a new mission. You know what I mean? How do you see things evolving for until end of the year?
I think it's quite interesting the way they split it between, like, you can even get the individual awards like these, and these are quite interesting, like the Calico Max Hog and Foundation Room Access. That means you don't have to pay for Nitro.
Yeah.
Some cost savings there for sure.
Yeah.
Although it might not be the greatest type of reward, but there's more than one there. On that note, can we hop over before we get more deep into the rewards and how it works, onto the escape velocity link on the show notes that show all of the rewards that have been given out so far? It's almost a real time. Yeah, I love this website, and it was shared on a tweet by Star Atlas. So on the top right, or on the right-hand side, on the top right, you have all of the rewards of what they are in particular, and it shows how many have been found already. So if you scroll down, I guess they get rarer as you go down, or is it the other way around? Let me pull it up myself here.
The more you go up, the rarer it gets. Yeah.
Right.
Copper, bronze, silver.
Right. So we have a Pierce R6, and this is the second one, I think, or no, that was 2 golds have been found in the last week, but one of them was a
Yes.
Pierce R6. So here we have that, and it's a gold rank prize. So if and then the Thimble air bikes are being found a lot since they upped, or maybe they always were in large quantities being found. But then we have the Visa Solo, and there's only one Agrica Tursic that was found. So yeah, no tank ship yet, but check this website out if you haven't already.
Yeah, so there's like, if there is on average like 1,500 people playing this, wallets at least, there's like 10% of participants who have found an air bike so far, more or less. So I haven't found anything on silver yet. I don't know about you guys.
Nope, not at the moment. But
I wish I would find a CSS based tier, like an apartment. That would be nice. That's something I don't have yet in Startless.
right.
and it's worth a lot more than the air bike.
Yeah,
So
way more.
when you look at these drops, don't you think there is some hidden drop rate within the categories? Honestly,
Yeah, I reckon there probably would be like a core episode. Definitely, I would prefer like a CSS base than that. But there's like a lot of variance, I'd say.
yeah, of course.
So there was some talk and before of not knowing if, or well, now we know that the spawns are extended, and it was around maybe a minute or so before the spawns of old times would just disappear. So now we don't know the exact time of them staying around, but we were told that the prizes or the rewards are staying much longer before despawning. So if you're out there and you're scanning, there's a 15x chances increase for the next maybe until the 15th at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard on the 15th. So it's been a 72 hour in total event that's been going on. But Chris from the Foundation Room, I have a quote here on my phone because I snapshotted it. He was like, "There's a max amount of loot that can possibly spawn per minute. We haven't really come close to hitting the maximum yet in escape velocity. Initially, loot that had been sitting on the board for sufficiently long would respawn. So, for example, if a Tursic spawned, quote, or in parentheses, nobody would know, and wasn't picked up after X minutes, it would despawn and something else, for example, an R4 would spawn. So we have dramatically increased this time limit. So for those who didn't know, it's much more worth playing now than it was just in the first week or 2 playing Escape Velocity. So get in there. And as we see here, we have currently, as of updated on the 13th of this month, just yesterday, there's 6,435 wallets connected. I think we hit a peak over 10,000 during the event on the 10th with Jose, if I recall correctly. But the amount of loot found is 1.65 million since the launch date. I don't know. Is this in dollars?
No, it's of course not, because the whole pool is like $600,000, I think.
Right.
Maybe less. Yeah. It was confusing at first because they did put a dollar sign. They did put a dollar sign on that stat before, but they removed it.
Yeah, silly me for thinking that's the case. So yeah, total just amount found of rewards. And then moving forward, moving on the right-hand side, there's movements. So as of the 13th, it's from the launch date, there's 10,000.41 million. So what do these all mean? They're only going to go up more and more throughout the year, I believe, depending on how this marketing never alone and how it gets iterated on evolves. So, and then scans total, we have a 20.7 million as of the 13th since the launch date, all on the blockchain.
It's quite interesting how you can find out where the ships were found. Like you can scan by gold, and you can see the Pierce R6 was found like northwestern corner, and this is like way in the corner. So yeah.
And you see some gaps on the map too. Like there's some areas, no matter what you choose, copper, bronze, silver, gold. I don't know if anyone caught on to that, but maybe we'll see a migration of people occupying these holes on the map. Because if the rewards are hanging around for longer, then those are the places they might be. And then if you get over there fast enough, you might have back-to-back rewards found. And those could be maybe a tank ship. You just never know.
Like the whole left and right border is like completely empty right now. If you look at this, like people are ignoring these parts.
Yeah.
Much.
Horace asked, do we know the number of paint and posters minted? It says here it's around 9,600 for both the hat paint and the poster.
That's actually close to the total mint, because if you go, some people went on SoulScan to look at the mint page, and there was 10,000 posters max. So we're getting close to the total amount minted.
And think about it. Once the rewards, if there's a max capacity is done with, and it's all out there in the wallets of players, now the chances of getting a rarer a rarer tier of loot or rewards or increases, because now we're getting rid of all the options that people can get, or depending. I don't know if the team could pull a lever or so and just increase the amount of copper compared to where that's relative, so it's all still even, and you're not having more of maybe a silver coming out just because there's 2 bronze that are gone. Who knows?
Yeah, you think it's going to be like that? We had a guy on the French Brew, actually, who was having this theory that he was staying in he had a large grid of ships, and he was comparing this to digging for gold, So at first you dig, you get the bronze. Then when the bronze run out, you get the silver, then you get the gold, So you just stay in the same place. And like, if you keep digging long enough, eventually you're going to get rid of all the crappy stuff, and you're going to get to the good stuff, So maybe it's actually like that. Like you throw enough dice, and at the end of the day, you're going to have it. If you're patient
Possibly.
enough.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool. So we get some greater rewards, but I think it's too early still. I don't know. The team wants to stretch this out, as we know. So they're going to keep people.
The TOS, the term of service, actually says 3 months maximum for the
escape velocity.
Escape velocity, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're going large there for the TOS, or if that's the actual length of time they plan to drag it along. It's a bit too long, I think, 3 months, honestly. Like for what it is, people are gonna get tired faster than that.
Yeah, I think the next iteration is coming soon, and I think although we'll have a little change to what escape velocity is, it might be called something different. And then we're getting into this new era of whatever's coming next. But I think we're still going to be clicking around. It's just going to be maybe a reset of some rewards, or an addition. There'll be some new rewards added. I don't know. It's hard to say, because like you said, if it's only 3 months of what we're doing currently, then what it looks like in 3 months should be better than what it is now. And we see that with this marketing campaign. There's a lot of branches that are growing on this tree of Star Atlas, and it's good to see. So. So that was pretty cool. That website is, if you scroll up in the chat here, about like maybe 7 messages, you can click on it and check it out. It was also on a Star Atlas Twitter post, so check out their official Twitter. But yeah, we have Never Alone, a shared social adventure across Star Atlas Galaxy. So if you didn't read up on that, there was a Medium article that we just finished showing.
Yeah, we got like halfway through it, and we finished talking about the single rewards. I think it's quite interesting, the ship component upgrade you can get in this also, so you can improve your thrusters, shields, or weapons from tier 0 to tier 1, so it becomes quite a decent ship.
Can I just intervene for a second? Star Fox is in the chat.
Star Fox, shout out.
Hello, Star Fox. Did you get the R6? Was that you or not? I just want to check for sure. If you're still here.
But the missions and rewards are pretty interesting. It gives us so many options to think through, depending on if you are part of a larger group or deck, or as an individual. There's always something for everyone, it seems, when it comes to how Star Atlas goes about it. But the rewards and the stakes are higher, and it requires more engagement and participation when it comes to those greater rewards. So there's 4 missions total launching within the year of 2023. So mission 1 we have currently live, and it's called Scraps and Spoils. And the other 3 are locked, so we don't know the names of those. But when you do complete these missions, you will get Memory Glimpse. There's 3 separate ones, like we just finished saying: Memory Fragments or Memory Revelations. And what you can do with the memories, you have 3 options. So combine 3 pieces of the same tier for a memory of a forgotten life of that tier, and which is tradable for an exclusive prize. So I guess if we were to pull up the prize, I guess the loot table, then we would be able to, yeah. So you can combine 3 memory pieces of the same tier for a memory of a forgotten life of that tier. So on the left-hand side, immediately after you have these memories, for tier 1, you can trade it in, and you'll get a skin exclusive character. And similarly with tier 2, you can trade it in for a Visa Solos, and then for your for tier 3, you can get an exclusive Visa Solo skin. So at this point, you guys have probably already figured out and understand. But again, for the sake of anyone new traveling the metaverse and falling upon our podcast here, this is the current game that we're all involved in as a Starless community, active players here. Or now we are looking at the after you do a mission. If you wanted to just take those rewards for yourself, you can do your end of year here. So now with those same memories, either glimpse, fragments, or revelation, you can, for tier 1, trade them in for a Fimbus Ecos Unabomber, ship component upgrade bundle, and a glimpse of a Forgotten Life title. So there's that ship, the Unabomber. And then going down for tier 2, fragments of a Forgotten Life, you got a Calico Max Hog, and these are pretty rare as far as the quantity is concerned. And they were only, how did we get these again? They were airdropped to us if we bought a tier land, any tier of the Central Space Station land. Just
Yeah,
a
if
little while ago.
remember
you
which
bought
one it was.
some habitation, they dropped you a
Right.
ship with each tier.
Right, and then as Fancy was saying, the Foundation Room access, which is, you're cutting costs for our members here who want to have direct access to the team, whether Wagner, Chris, or anyone on the Econ or Arts team. They're all hanging out in the Foundation Room, but you'll have that free access to the Foundation Room. If you'd rather not wait for a whole year, maybe, you can get Nitro on Discord, and that's a monthly expense, or you can pay full for the whole year, and then you can have access and start taking part in conversation there. And then last but not least, the fragments of a Forgotten Life title, which is similarly to the tier 1 for end of year, if you're going to hold on to all of your memories. So after every mission, you get 4 total memories. And what's required for any one of the end of year rewards is only 3 of those memories. So we don't know exactly what the other memories could go towards. Or again, if maybe it's worth holding everything and taking a shot at the DAC rewards, but we'll get into that after we just cover this tier 3 here, Revelations of Forgotten Life. So you get the Ulgrika Nurture, we got the ship component upgrade bundle, and what that looks like, it would be a combination of weapon upgrades, booster upgrades, and shield. So the 3 that you can swap through if you ever played in the showroom on a ship, you have those 3 that you could, the triangle, you go through, and then we have the San crew commander. So we'll actually crew commander, crew member. So we'll have an extra member of our team here. I think this is going to be the first official one that's ever rewarded, other than the 2 that are currently live that you can buy
The
from
Sammy Banks.
Sammy Banks. He's the janitor for my ship for sure.
Yeah.
And then we got the Foundation Room access again, and then the title of Revelations of a Forgotten Life. So, if none of that is intriguing enough for you, and if you are a single individual watching right now and not understanding the implications of maybe working with a larger group or a larger guild with many people, on the far right of the screen, you can see the loot pool for DAC. So decentralized autonomous companies or corporations, the equivalent of LLCs in the real world if you run a business. And the like, but some of them, they're all structured in different ways. So depending on who you're with, there's levels to it. But other than that, there's all these different rewards that are pretty high up there when it comes to the cost. If you were to buy them right now, even after the market going down, they're still running pretty high. If you're just coming in fresh out off the boat. So we got the Sunpa, the D9, the Maiden Heart, the tank ship, and again, these might be confusing you and you don't know what these are if you're new, but these are all ships that if you log on, you can see lots of photos for and a little description from the team. You have to create your account, get involved, and so we have the Calico ATS Enforcer, the Arc, the Ballad, and what's interesting to me, what stands out to me, I don't know about you guys, but I want that Tier 5 Central Space Station land. We also have a Tier 4 Central Space Station land and a Tier 3 Central Space Station land. So there's only one of these, and it's going to be a free-for-all. So what do you guys think in the chat? I think we might be predominantly Romans here, but let's get a vibe check. Who wants a Central Space Station land?
Yeah, it does seem quite cool, especially with the player profile down the road. You can like give out permissions.
Look at it this way.
I guess.
Look at it this way. Do you
That's
want
true,
a
fancy.
car that maybe goes into water, or do you want a Tier 5 space station land? Like, come on.
That was an okay sales pitch.
Yeah, okay. No, but the best one is probably the crew member, honestly. But
yeah.
out of all the rewards. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if you look at the max hog, there's not many in circulation right now, but there will be. But that's definitely a ship that's going to come in the next GAO or something. And it's like what, an uncommon ship or something like that. So there's going to be 20,000 of these like going around. Like it's not going to be rare at all. So
good point.
At the end of the day, if you're playing as in a group, if you're playing, if you're seeing a little bit long term into Star Atlas, it's probably more beneficial for you to put in common your resources, your fragments that you will make in this campaign towards whatever group you are part of to get one of these, either commander ships or the CSS5. Or only one eventually will get the CSS5, if any, but you can still get a tier 4, a tier 3. That's still pretty freaking good, even for a guild, medium or large.
Right.
Not many people have these, even right now. Like, I don't know how many sold, tier 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
I
think only one of tier 4.
Yeah. You can probably count them on one hand, honestly. So
for sure.
That's still a very good drop.
So, Fancy. Yes, right on, Winston. And the interesting thing is, too, is that we just don't know so much still about what all that entails for end of year. But you mentioned player profiles, Fancy. That's going to be a big help when it comes to not just scanning, because it's going to be the automation equivalent of what you do on Soulflare wallets with auto-approving transactions. But there's going to be a lot more to it, where we can authorize certain actions and grant certain permissions to individuals, hopefully not just within a DAC, which would be Rome in this case, because we are the Rome Guild, but hopefully we can allow other people of the same faction certain permissions maybe to access, if we did get a CSS tier 5, or if we have one that we purchased as an individual, if we can have other ONI members also reap some benefits if we gave them certain permissions. So that's something that I don't know for a fact, but I'd love to get some information on the team on that, which would be nice.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to grill them for the next few months about the player profiles and what it involves for housing on the space stations and stuff like that. Like, what exactly can we do with these buildings? What is their purpose? And how does the player profile authorizations come into that? Because we know more or less for the ships, we can get a pretty good idea of that. For the building, it's a lot less clear, because what do we do with these things? Like, it's storage. You
crafting
get premium parking spots, crafting speed.
Maybe you get like a well-rested buff.
How do you divide that?
Yeah. Say that again, Fans.
Maybe there's like a well-rested buff where
potentially like a recovery. You know, we know the Tigu helps with repair if it's on the ship with you, and that's also another crew member. It's just an animal that would be a crew member. And how many crew member slots do we have for humans or avatars versus animals? Is that separate? Does it all take on the same amount of space? So yeah, these are far out questions, but I do have an idea. I wouldn't want to share it here on live yet, but until I get some more information, because then it might get the wheels turning in other people's minds, you know, other DACs out there. But yeah, there's a huge potential here for the team to have this event when it comes to holding on to end of year and people gunning or DAX gunning for those larger rewards, mainly the CSS land. Much more exciting for not only us as players, but as them when it comes to data and everything that is going to require us on our end to just get on with it. Nah, I'll hold it. I'll hold it for next week. We got a whole year, so can't just overflow on one episode here. As much as I might feel like I want to do that, but just to finish off the missions and rewards here. So the overview of the experience you get when doing these quests and the missions. So each mission will last 2 months, like Winston said earlier. Each mission has a maximum of 10,000 XP points that you can get. So if you completed all the quests, your max capacity for points for that particular mission that lasts 2 months is 10,000 points. And then each mission will have 3 levels of memories at 5,000 points of XP, 6,250 points of XP, and 7,500 points of XP. So if you haven't looked at the questing profile that you link your Discord to, you'll see 3 boxes, and those are the 3 that you would unlock. These are the 3 levels of memories that you would have to unlock as you rank up with your XP, lasting 2 months for those 3. So you'd have to acquire these and complete within 2 months. And then last but not least, the collection of memories is cumulative. So if a participant reaches 7,500 XP points, which would be you completing all 3 levels of memories, they will have collected the glimpse fragment, so the memory glimpse, the memory fragment, and the memory revelation. So you'd have all 3, and then you can either hold on to them like we just finished going through, or spend them on immediate rewards like a skin, a solo, and a solo skin. Or you could hold them end of the year. And if you're involved in a DAC, which we implore you to do, because that's just where most of the fun is going to be had when you're involved in a larger community, in my opinion, is going to be when you're gunning for those greater rewards here on the far right of the screen when it comes to being part of a DAC or a guild. So yeah, I think it would be amazing. This is already Roman-esque architecture. I know Rome had an influence on that art team, man. I don't know. We had some type of influence there, being an established day one guild. Go ahead.
This is the Senate, man. That's it.
Yeah,
there's nothing else to say.
So how awesome would it be if we could all roam in and out of that tier 5 Central Space Station land on the Central Space Station ONI during in the ONI faction. So let's get serious here, guys. I know we have some dedicated Romans, but for those on the sidelines, I know you guys want that crew member. But by the way, all of these will be purchasable on the market.
Yeah, that's the thing also. Yeah.
And what's the crazy part is these fragments, all these fragments that people are getting. If you are an individual, you might be more prone to selling them because of quick profits, short-term gains type of mentality. But if you're here for the long haul, we're probably going to see some major price points for these. Maybe, hopefully, not some price gouging, but we're going to see some pretty good numbers here when it comes to selling and purchasing these fragments. Because the more you have, the better chances you have at securing the larger loots for your deck. So, any extra pocket change out there in the Romans? Any more? I'm definitely gonna be checking out the market, as I believe a lot of other people will, to see what those costs are.
2 years in the bear market. No, everyone is dry. Sorry.
This is the time. It's the reverse psychology of it all, man. So, but yeah, that's overall the event that's taking place, and I'm ecstatic about it. As you know, there's always other things you can occupy your time with, but this is the early stages of something that can only get better.
Yeah, and everyone can do this. Like, this is not something that will take you like hundreds and hundreds of hours. And I'm talking especially to the guys in Rome right now. Do the social media quests. Do the Twitter thread. Do the video. Do the little short 60 seconds. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to record some voice. You don't even have to put your video in public.
Right.
Just do something that is linked to Star Atlas, respecting the rules that they give you. Just like a little short video or something. Put your favorite screenshots. Put your whatever you want, honestly. And just put that public, unlisted. Put it on the Zilly website. You're going to get some XP, and that's going to be some extra points you get for the DAC. And that helps us to get toward these capital commanderships and potentially the tier 5 land.
Right.
So yeah, get in there, guys. Get in there. We have 2 months to do this. I'm sure you can find the time.
Yeah, and you know, the nerves might get the best of us sometimes, but all in all, like Winston said, you could unlist, you can create a YouTube channel if you don't have one, and then you can upload a video and it could be unlisted, so no one else would see it but the Star Atlas team to give you those points, and it could always stay that way. So whether however you feel, like I know I went through the emotions, the highs and lows of, you know, being more on screen and even learning how to edit some types of videos on some software, whether on desktop or even on your phone. So CapCut is a great free software. It was originally an app, and it's all in-house. You know, outside of DaVinci Resolve and then Final Cut Pro and then maybe Adobe Premiere. These are all, I guess, softwares, video editing software that gives you way more options. But if you're just really trying to do the bare minimum, you know, you could just do a quick Google search and do watch a video or two, and it goes a long way. So we're being acclimated here to get comfortable within the 2 months of this particular mission, and then throughout the year, because I don't think this will be the last time the most XP points are going to come from people in the community of DAX or just individuals creating content to help spread the word. So we're being leveraged as a community. Some would say, again, for different reasons other than just investment purposes. And but hey, you know, depending on what you feel and where and how and what your journey is up until now, this is not that big of an ask. Like Winston was saying, you got 2 months, and there's many videos that walk you through as a beginner. And if you're interested into learning more, there's all those resources in our own Discord, so we can definitely help you along the way. And we'll share our own Twitter threads if that's something you don't know how to do either, because that was one of them. So they're doing a multifaceted approach here with the Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. It's up to you, really. But sometimes they're mandatory to one social media platform, and not many people are that diverse when it comes to utilizing every single social media platform. So if you need any help, always reach out to any one of us. We'll post up ours that we've created just for example purposes. And yeah, just always ask and reach out, because it gets things moving. Get those fragments earlier, and then you can set up for the next leg for mission 2 when that comes out.
Yeah, for sure. If you're struggling with anything, just hop on Discord. If you, I made a tutorial today.
Oh yeah.
Bringing you through like everything you need to know to complete 100% the whole campaign, mission 1. So you got the answers to the questions, explaining a little bit every step. If you still unsure about anything, hop on Discord. Just ask the question. If you don't know how to do in video or anything, like just come on, ask. Let's max out these points. Let's get everyone in there. I've seen that you guys can get together and do good things. Let's keep doing that for the rest of the year.
Yeah, tell your kids.
Let's fucking get it. Yeah.
Get your grandmas in here. Sit them down in the rocking chair. Sign them up. Get them clicking. Okay? They need to be more active. We all know. Okay, but anyways, jokes aside, it's going to be a great year, and I see things just getting that much better as time goes on. So we are the Joni Award-winning Rome medium-sized guild. Although we have upwards of 1,500 members in our Discord, all those numbers are skewed, and people leave, people come back, people check out, the bear markets and all that. So across the board, numbers aren't looking that pretty, but who knows for sure what's going on with other guilds. But we are Rome, so if you go to rome.io or romeguild.com, you can read up all about us and what we're involved in. And we have a great section of our website contributed to the lore, which Winston here was also spearheading at the time and created a whole lore of Rome and how he cross-pollinated it with the lore of Star Atlas. So if you're just a lore guru, or like Winston, or you're just interested and you're a fanboy nerd of lore, you could just definitely read it for entertainment purposes, and then maybe consider us as your guild, your go-to spot, because we don't see anyone else doing it like we are at Rome when it comes to social media, other than Hologram News Network, but he's a specific niche and he's doing great things there. But when it comes to guild-related content, so but yeah, we appreciate everyone's support here every week, and let's continue onwards with the Star Atlas.
So yeah, I have a few slides on the Surge event, even though we talked about it a bit already. Yeah, it was quite an interesting weekend where they raised the loot tables, like the chances, and maybe that was because as you said, like the paints and things were going to run out soon, so they needed more prizes. But yeah,
Right.
did you
Yes, I
guys
did.
have a good experience? Did you find more loot this weekend?
Well, yeah.
I haven't.
Go ahead, Winston.
Oh no, I haven't played enough to like really make a difference. I don't know. Didn't notice anything. I've seen a lot of people complaining that today they got less loot than the days before, but maybe because they're not moving enough. I think. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Well, when I did get into play, I just compared to before this event, I'm definitely getting more rewards. So I'm not putting in that many hours of late within the last 24 hours, but I'm going to do as much as I can within the next amount of time before it ends on the 15th. Yeah, at 12 a.m. on the
Yeah,
15th, midnight. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. But I know for a fact that we could see the numbers. The numbers don't lie. We gotten more rewards being scooped up by people who are going. I think Pac out here. Shout out to you and your channel, your YouTube channel. He's playing 14 hours straight. I read somewhere. Man,
Oh my
you gotta
god.
stretch those legs. I'm sure you are, but definitely don't forget to stretch.
we have some statistics for from Athea.
Shout out.
This is for this week, and yeah, it's always great to see this type of thing created by the community.
Right on. So what are we looking at here exactly? We got the dates on the left-hand side, player activity or active players and transactions per player, and then active fleets, active daily transactions, and then what is this? The PCT of Solana. So is this the percentage of
Yeah, I think
transactions that? Yeah. So we're borderline 3% across the board since the first week or so of May. So I think we've cleared 3% since. It fluctuates, I'm sure, but that would be awesome if we can get a live count. Like if we have, the epochs for every for validators, you'll know when the next epoch is, and it's for all the validators on Solana or Ethereum. You can check at one website. Maybe they can add this to the website where what percentage of transactions for the website we shared earlier. That would be awesome. What percentage of transactions real time, and see it fluctuate compared to what other projects or minting PFP projects that are happening. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, these are quite a lot of transactions per player. So I'm wondering if that's like daily people doing like 333 moves or 500.
Yeah, it's
I
not
wonder
that
how much of
detailed.
that average is pushed up by bots.
True. Yeah, so that's a whole nother conversation. Bots are going to always be around. Some of them are more sophisticated than others. But I wonder what the true numbers are. As we know, every game's numbers are skewed because of bots and how involved they are. So I don't think it's that much actually, because we are that big of a community when it comes to just how many people are currently active connected wallets. So we'll see as time goes on. But let's get on with another one here.
Here we have a poll if hologram asking if people have found more loot, like I asked you guys, and 59% of people have said no, they haven't been finding more loot this weekend, even with the increased rates.
Yeah, I guess it depends on, because there's a lot of people. I think Atlas Theory, he was like, I played for hours today and and only got a poster, and then someone got a tier gold. So yeah, I guess it depends on where you're at and where that loot is before it respawns. So it's a matter of, it's like rolling a die. You never really know because it's out there apparently.
Yeah. And congrats again to Star Fox.
Yep.
Well deserved. Star Fox, man. I think he was the one who first found out you could go 1,000,000 miles an hour. And
yeah, he had he had the high score for the racing game for a while. Yeah.
And he didn't say anything. You held the information for a while. I see you, Star Fox. Everyone.
He said it. He said it in the French chat, but he kept it a little secret.
Yeah. All good. And then we have some creative artwork here that was shared just the other day, or yesterday actually.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Meet Ted. Do you guys think he looks like a Ted? This
Well,
is how he was introduced by, I think it was Dominic Bain.
That's actually, there's a discussion to be had here, because this is the first kind of animal they are showing us in UE5, right?
didn't we
it's
have that
like
deer? It was a deer like a mammal that was
Yeah.
shown a while
I
back.
remember that.
maybe? I don't remember.
Yeah. Let us know in the chat. Have you seen the deer, or are we just taking too much Hopi and Bong hits?
But
There was
okay, so is this water area confirmed, or is it going to be something else? Like,
I think it kind of looks like a space squid.
oh, you think we're going to see it in space?
Yeah, like I'm kind of getting like, because there's that type of thing in Stellaris,
Yes, there is.
like random space style animals.
right.
Was thinking of Star Wars as well. Like you get you park your spaceship on a rock and get the thing on your windshield like this.
Emergency maneuvers. Yeah, I don't.
Some animals will be pets, some will be mounts, some will just be wildlife.
There you
So
go.
I'm hoping this guy's a mount. That'd be quite fun.
Yeah,
But he'd make ships
that's
obsolete, I guess.
yeah, that's the UE5 update I'm waiting for the most. If you guys
Yeah.
remember the roadmap, when they are actually going to introduce FPS gameplay, it's going to be through huntings, right? Like you're gonna be going around shooting animals, and
Right.
that's gonna be fun. I think. Like I love. I don't know if you guys play The Hunter hunting game, hunting simulator. And I love that game. I played it with my friends a while ago. I would love to do that in Star Atlas, like going on some planets and like just shooting random aliens and safari style, you know.
For sure.
That's a very fun way to introduce FPS gameplay, I think, instead of just doing the deathmatch thing, you know, that every game does.
Yeah, usually they set them up. You have still targets, and then you just shoot, and they'll have those like those gun range training courses. But that could be one aspect of it. But I love your idea where you'll have actual characters or mammals or animals that you can hunt down. So you'd actively be moving around and just hunting them down. That would be pretty sick. Definitely, it would get competitive for sure. There could be a leaderboard for that itself.
And you could introduce some fun mechanics, like I don't know if they will go that far, but having a wind direction, so they smell what side you're coming from. You could implement this with the AI without it being too complicated, and make it fun a little bit. So you have to plan your moves with your team, make a circle around the thing, so it runs away, you shoot it, like stuff like that. That would be very fun, honestly.
Right. Would be.
So there's more merch going out. This is our own Falcor.
Oh, Falcor.
One of our lieutenants. Exactly. Reaper Squad lieutenant reporting in live with his ONI hat and Star Atlas merch from Craig's new website that was launched, the Gallia Merchants.
Yep.
Amazing. Looking Chad as always. Woohoo! Star Atlas merch just arrived. Thank you, Gallia Merchants. Awesome.
Yeah, I doubt we're gonna see. No, I think we are gonna see a lot more. I mean, of that. They're getting a lot of creative things happening with this new IP policy, and Enigma has been making miniatures. So we have the Hero, the X4, the Toofer, the Packlight, the X6, Rainbow Chi, and that's the Bounty Hunter. I can't remember. Help me out there, guys.
The Amway? The Amway.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, another Roman in the house. Shout out. We're doing some things out here. Enigma. Also, Clutch coming in to help out with the May 10th event that Jose threw on for the scanning and warping. So, shout out to him and his website. Go to staratlassian.com. And you can check out all of these. So these are the new ones on the market here. So you can maybe keychain it. I would love to have one on a keychain or two. That would be pretty cool. But got to spruce up the background here with some ships. Got to get my orders in.
Yeah, that Toofer would look quite uncomfortable as a keychain.
Stabbing you and every time you walk. Yeah, you have to reconsider that.
If you lose it, it just looks like a a pebble on the ground.
Yeah, they start pretty small. So
Yeah, but looks great.
yeah, good stuff.
And
Enigma.
final bit of Star Atlas news. Picture 30 of the week by Gladiator from Orion.
That's a
Nice.
great one.
Yeah.
Just have took some time to spawn all of this and make the scene. I respect.
And Guardian in the background as well. Very cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this series they do. Do they give points for like winning this with the social campaign? I reckon they should.
Yeah.
They should, yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, they are going to do a photography. A while ago, they mentioned since people were getting into the whole screenshot thing in the showroom, they were going to do a photographer career, which would allow you to win some stuff. And there will be a contest too. So that's coming at some point, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's a great idea, Fancy. Getting the showroom photography skills as a quest or as a category in its own, or part
Definitely.
of the discovery. Get some XP points for that.
All right. That's the end of Star Atlas news this week. And yeah, I think we're going to go back to marbles now, if you guys are ready.
Yeah, let's do a last
Another
round.
one? OMG.
Yeah, we have 2 other winners for tonight. So let's get back to marbles.
And then we'll go into some Mirandus, because I think it's worth
There
sharing
is some stuff
information.
happening over there, yeah.
Ah, let me
Let's
pull it up.
check that.
Give it to you, fans.
Hopefully we
Okay,
get a
guys.
map with loads of jumps this time.
All right. So chat, give me some numbers. 1 to 73.
69.69.
Give me some good ones.
420. Oh, too high. Sorry, guys. What about?
We have 42.
We have a marble for everyone.
36, 44. No, that's boring, guys. Give me
Well,
better
Dom.
numbers.
Well, if you're just coming in and you're late to the party, Dom, we love you anyways. But this giveaway is the selling off of the Tufa Feast that our Centaurium here, Winston, won from Santi's giveaway, and he's selling them and giving away Pierce X5s. So only if you took part in the last minute call to action of the Rome event that Jose threw, and you were on the map, then you're able to earn the ship if you win. So
Yeah.
next time we'll have a more open public giveaway, but for now it's just the Romans because it was
Yeah,
a
you
strong
have to
show.
be a Roman, Dominic. What
Yeah,
happened, Dominic?
Dominic.
How come you're not a Roman, Dominic?
Yeah, so yeah.
You picked your team. No, but you know what? I won the giveaway because of you, because you picked number 1, and I was the
That's
first
true.
one to tweet.
So maybe we add his name
I'll
in
pick
there?
your number for the map, 52.
Okay,
Let's go.
that's funny.
All right, 52.
Okay, let me find it then.
It's not in order.
Yeah, it's scrolling. 52 is here. Off the
Off the
rails.
rails.
Okay, let's go, guys.
All right. A fitting name for Dominic. Goes off the rails with those memes.
Okay, everyone is here. Actually, I didn't take off the previous winners, so hopefully they don't win again. Let's see how it goes. Okay, everyone ready?
Yes, drum roll.
Let's roll it. Okay, Maverick going strong. Well, it doesn't mean anything right now. It's the start. Okay.
Watch my balls.
Goes. Oh, Aegir.
Oh, shit.
Aegir, followed by Bald Monk.
All right.
Okay. Everyone going down.
Balls are falling.
Bald Monk taking the lead.
Shout out to Bald Monk.
No, Quirinus getting away.
Wow.
Quirinus.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Watch out for Horus. He's on the far.
Yeah. We have Dieselduck and Ducatimo going their own lane.
Spoke too soon. Man,
Quirinus
Dieselduck.
still in the lane so far.
It's rigged. What's going on?
Okay. Ducatimo, Dieselduck took the fast way, I think. Nothing is played yet. This goes a long way. And then there is...
Oh, wow, there's more. Okay.
Yeah, there is a bit of a jump.
Oh
Who
no,
makes-
Diesel Dog. He's first again.
We don't play favorites here.
Diesel Dog getting, I don't know, it's fast. It's fast as fuck.
Come on, place your bets. Put them in the chat. $50 on Diesel Duck. Who's there? Who's there?
Okay, let's
50
go. Let's
Atlas.
see who goes through that. Oh, Diesel Dog getting stuck. Oh no, what a
He got pushed.
shame. What a
He got
shame.
pushed. Does he make it?
No.
Did he make the jump?
Birosli, one of our Spanish prospects, would join recently
Nice.
in Beginner Squad. Ducatimo taking the lead. Ducatimo's going for the win.
Will he last? Oh,
Yes.
he almost flew off.
Okay, we got a winner.
That was close. He almost
Ducatimo,
fell.
congratulations. Oh, Lord Centaur, so close. Birosli
Dying.
blowing up. No, Dignus Squad.
Wow.
What are you
So-
doing?
So could you
Diesel
zoom?
Dog actually getting the second place.
That's
Man.
insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Could
Yeah,
you zoom
that's
into
too
these
much
black? Could you zoom into that black bridge there? I think you will fall through if you don't bounce accurately enough
Yeah.
back and
it's,
forth.
That's hardcore.
Wow. Diesel Doc. We don't pick favorites here, man, but I don't know.
Yeah, so Diesel Dog you already won, so it's gonna be Mr. Ducatimo and Mr. Noodle for the
Yes.
second batch of winners. Congratulations, guys.
Congrats. And if the rules weren't clear enough, sorry if we didn't mention this in the beginning. Don't feel like you've been taken advantage of. It's just that we want to spread out the rewards. So
Oh yeah, of
if
course.
it wasn't
you
mentioned,
don't win
it's-
twice.
you can't win twice.
No,
So
it's
All right,
like
guys,
four
sorry.
prizes for people. Yeah, sorry, we didn't specify it.
shout out to the winners here for now. But we're gonna do a re-roll of these balls so we can get those rewards out.
Yeah.
So give us some numbers, guys. What's the number you'd like?
First number, we'll take it.
Yeah, first number. First number. Who's there? Who's there? Come on. In the chat. Man, everyone went to sleep.
There's,
Everyone's using the
delay.
bathroom at the
Yeah.
same time? Impossible. Are we even live? All right,
Number
Horace coming in with a
36.
36. 11, Astro.
There's gonna be like 20 numbers rolling in.
Right. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
probably like a 10-minute
probably.
delay on our side. Thanks, guys.
Okay, should we go with 36 then?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
Let's take a look.
see what this name is.
Are we
Cold
able to-
October.
Very nice.
All right,
36.
let's throw it.
Let's have fun.
More fun. Let's.
Oh, what is this?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Congratulations, Mr. Noodle.
Mirandus.
Where does the map go after that?
I don't know. We'll see.
This is an interesting map. Does it go down? Oh, it goes towards your bottom of the screen.
It's a nightmare. Yeah.
Electrocute. Man, this is an execution map.
What's happening?
Everyone is going down the drain.
That's a great shot.
I don't have the names.
What is
Peter Owen first, I guess.
Oh, we see who's in on the screen top right. We see the list of
Yeah,
names.
we see the list. I don't know why the
don't
names are not
Peter Rowe just
showing
fell
up.
off.
Enigma again.
People are falling.
I don't know where the balls are. Yeah, everyone is spread out a little bit. Here. Where are people? Okay, I see.
The long drop.
I see people going down here. Oh, people falling off.
Oh yeah, you can see like then.
Yeah, you can see the people getting killed on the bottom. Okay, here we go. First people are coming in. Enigma 42 at Polyfer. Oh, destroyed. Polyfer taking the lead. Ramega coming back.
Oh,
People are getting crushed on these cubes.
Oh, Ray, you're winning.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
now I
good.
reappeared.
Yeah, the spirals really
What is happening?
mess the scoring system up because you go backwards and people go ahead of you.
Damn.
Ray, Maverick, Emperor, Guaido, Ramega. It's really moving around right now. Everyone is in these
People left,
circles here. Yeah. Look. It's coming on both sides.
Nice.
Who's
Come on,
ahead?
come on.
Emperor, I think he's winning.
He's charged up.
Is it him? Oh.
Oh!
Okay, we got some winners. Emperor.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
I won second place.
Nice one. Congratulations.
So you know what we can do is give it to Maverick, because if I wasn't there, Maverick would have been the second
Well,
place.
we already did 4 races, right?
Okay.
So we got everyone we need. So Emperor is won the last one.
Got it.
That was fun.
GG,
Good
guys.
stuff. GG. It's rigged. It's rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged. Yeah, of course it is.
Don't worry, more giveaways to come without our names in it. So, but that was awesome. Thanks a lot, Winston, for doing that on part of Rome, winning that giveaway of the Tufa Feast and then divvying it up, selling it off, and giving it back to the Roman community. So it's always good to see that. Builds that camaraderie amongst each other. And yep, and again, this is a reminder, if you're not a part of, as we're ending the segment for Star Atlas, going into some Miranda's playtest news very briefly, join Rome, the Joni award-winning Medium Guild of 2022. So if you didn't know, now you know. And we continue to grow our ranks, so maybe we're not even that medium anymore. I don't know. And then, if you go to rome.io or romeguild.com, you can always read up more about us. We have our lore there. Thanks again, Winston, for putting that up, getting that together. And, yep, take part in more conversation off the streams. So thanks again. And now, there's other Metaverse games that we do cover sometimes if they pique our interest, depending on if a community member in the chat mentions them or we just come across them on our own, and we'll just talk about them. But Mirandus is one of them that's been a long-standing guild forming, an OG guild forming of Rome. We kind of first gathered around with excitement around Mirandus, and now this is going to be the 5th playtest that comes out for Mirandus, and it's going to be tomorrow, actually. And this is what it's looking like now. So if you took part in any of the other previous playtests, you'd see the definite upgrade here. So the map is much larger by many folds, and now we're getting into doing quests that you would need to have people around with you, because it's going to be very difficult to survive on your own. So shout out to Mom, so Materium, Mom Guild. So Mirandus. What's the
Masters of Materium.
Masters of Materium. So apologies for that. So many M's in this world. So they were able to test the event, the game before everyone else is able to tomorrow. And they did a little recording and a little explanation video. So again, we shared that in our own Discord, but you could always join theirs too as well to check them out, or on YouTube. And they're getting ready as well to take part, and it's just looking good. So maybe initial thoughts just on what it looks like now compared to from I know Fancy, we did a whole bunch of stuff when it came to the first handful of playtests. We actually were active as a guild in all of them up until this one, which is tomorrow. What do you think?
I think it looks quite interesting. It's a lot has changed since like the first initial ones, and I expect a lot more to change before the final game. So yeah, it'll be quite an interesting playtest. Like there isn't like an animation of like chopping wood, I noticed. So yeah, still a lot of things to do, but yeah, the core of the game is there, and yeah, it'll be interesting to get our hands on it now.
Right. So go ahead, Winston.
Yeah. So I'm not into Mirandus, not a fan of the graphic style and stuff. So asking, coming from someone who doesn't know much about the game, how close is this to the actual core gameplay that was promised initially? Like,
I don't think anyone.
What can you do in this playtest actually? There's some crafting,
Okay.
I see.
Yes. So you're going to be able to craft a whole variety of weapons, armor, and like clothing, because there's different levels and ranks of each armor and each sword that require different materials that are out in the wild. So whether you kill a wolf and take the pellets, or the hide, or the fur, and I don't know exactly the name of every item that's in there yet, but you're going to be able to craft your weapons, your armor, and you're going to have to re-up on your health every time, only by coming back to the main center of town and then going out again with your team. So you're not going to be able to eat or regenerate and craft any meals or food or cook them out in the wilderness. So I'm going to read off of a little poster here. So it says playtest and Mayhem rewards. So there's going to be rewards associated with this playtest, and and Gala Games is giving away 1 million Materium, which is sitting around 14 cents or 13 cents per Materium, and this is the in-game economy. Think about it as Atlas for Star Atlas.
Yeah.
More so, yeah, I would say Atlas than Polis, as there's only one token associated. Well, there's going to be Gala. So Gala is going to be the equivalent of Polis when it comes to their chain they're building out, and then we have the in-game currency Materium, which is the equivalent of Atlas. So, but onwards here. So, greeting adventurers. We'll be merging the rewards for the Mirandus Tech Test and Mayhem. Players will be rewarded for helping us with the stress test. Note that the reward structure is different than previous tech tests. So there's going to be a boss killer. First player who kills the goblin boss, quote unquote mother, so the mother goblin, gets 250,000 Materium. And since this poster, which was and there's a KYC that is going to be required to claim this reward in particular, or I guess all rewards. Yeah, and then but since then there's been a post, thanks to KNat, shout out. He posted up in our Discord saying that it's not going to be a one-time reward and then it ends. So they're still working through what it's going to look like all the way up until the last day, it seems, of how they're going to, I guess, spread out this potential reward of a 250. Because what happens is, if you're going to be in a group and everyone's arrows contribute to putting damage onto that goblin or that deer or the wolf or any enemy for that matter, everyone would be able to go and take whatever's on the body, whether it's material resources or if it's any jewels or whatnot. So even if you only shot one arrow, that opens the door for you to run up first and take everything off of the corpse.
Or you can ninja it.
You can ninja it. You could definitely ninja in this playtest. So you can also block another person's arrows, apparently, from hitting the enemy, but it will just get stuck in you, but it won't do any friendly. There's no damage that's taken on by other players. So there's no friendly damage and there's no PvP damage. So it's all player versus environment, but you can ninja getting to a corpse if you at least got 1% of damage on it, or one arrow, and you could take everything. So with Punjab in the comments here, every killing blow on the boss gets a share of that reward now. So this is the updated. Thanks, Punjab. So it respawns fast, except at least needing 30 people. So I don't know if this is a for sure number or if it's a guesstimated number of how many people you'd need to take out a goblin queen or a mother. But depending on what status your armor is and what level your weapons are, maybe are we talking full maxed out armor? It's hard to tell. The more people with less armor, the easier to kill, or is this the same thing? This hasn't been tested out yet because the test was only running for a short amount of time before the servers shut down, and everyone wasn't able to get those better swords and better armor from crafting. So because it's a little time consuming from what I saw watching the video here that we're covering from Mom. And then also there's going to be a Goblin Slayer reward. So players who kill a goblin will be eligible to receive an equal share of the remaining amount. So that's 750,000 Materium pool, up to a $500 USD max to avoid KYC. Okay, so that's that. And now that was the initial poster that they posted up on their Twitter. Since then, this video came out, and there's been more screenshots here. So they gave a to-do and not to-do list when it comes to getting into this playtest. So you can collect pine for crafting. So these are the do's. So you would want to do these things. Gather pine as a crafting material throughout your journey. The resource will be essential for creating various items in the game. Utilize the Citadel of the Sun, which is the main town center. It's one of the million plus dollar citadels out of the 5, I think, total. This central hub is where you can heal, craft, and regain energy. Make sure to visit it frequently to keep your character in top shape. And then heal at the tent. When you need to recover health, head to the tents to get back in fighting condition. So you could craft at the stalls. Find the stalls in the Citadel of the Sun. Craft various items to help you on your adventure. Regain energy with the food. So craft bread at the bread stall for a small energy boost, and craft trenches at the tavern for a more substantial energy increase. Note that both are auto-consumed on crafting, so only craft when you need them. That's a good tip right there. So you can't hold anything. It's going to be consumed right away. And then equip yourself with gear before venturing into the wilderness. Make sure to craft and equip padded armor, padded boots, padded gloves, a club, and a short bow to improve your chances of survival. And then last but not least, explore and fight in Narrows Landing. So I guess that's the name of it here. Engage in combat with the wildlife in your home, or to hone, your skills and gain valuable resources. So those are the to-dos. And then here we have a little short list of the do nots or the don'ts. So don't waste sprinting energy. So sprinting consumes a significant amount of energy and should be used sparingly. Use it primarily for escaping combat situations. So don't be careless at night. As darkness falls, the game would become more dangerous. Avoid getting caught outside the citadel when the sun goes down, unless maybe you're occupied with, and I'm adding this on here, unless you're with players who can get your back out there. And then don't underestimate enemies. Enemies in Mirandus are lethal and can down you quickly. Avoid charging headlong into battles with wolves, goblins, and other creatures if you're equipped with lower tier gear. And then in conclusion, by following this guide, so this is a guide of the do's and the don'ts, you'll be well prepared to navigate and thrive in the world of Mirandus during the tech test. Keep these tips in mind as you explore, craft, and battle your way through the game and enjoy Mirandus. So by far the best we've seen from Mirandus with this test, and I'm excited to just jump in and test it out a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I don't know, Winston, it might be another X amount of years, because this is a big MMORPG situation of a Web3 game that's going to live on their own blockchain that they're building out. So yeah.
This test actually looks like a proper the basics of a MMO game, right? With the crafting, some combat, people cooperating together. Like, it looks good as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Still not a fan of the graphics, but at least it's taking shape.
Yeah. For sure. But thanks for that honest feedback there and opinions. But yeah, let us know if you guys are interested. Rome will be taking part in whoever's able, and I don't know how long this will run. I'm not sure. Is this going to be a week-long or a month-long test? Not sure. I didn't hear that anywhere. But yeah, let us know if you do, and we'll figure it out. But join Rome here, as we talked about earlier. If you're not affiliated with a guild, for Star Atlas specifically, and want to be part of a larger community here to get ready to get all those quests done, and to hopefully, that's the goal. We're getting that tier 5 Central Space Station land, or the equivalent of maybe tier 4 or tier 3. But we're going for the stars here. So just join up and talk more on the back end on the Discord, and appreciate all your support. Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube garbage. You know what I mean? A little more effort goes a long way for all the content creators out here. But yeah, it's been a good show today. And what are you guys' thoughts? Any last thoughts and closing remarks?
Yeah. Well, on the Star Atlas side, things are moving forward towards the end of the year. So if you want to get involved with that, want to be part of a group actively getting into Star Atlas stuff, join Rome. Get those points, get into the social campaign, and let's fucking get some commanderships at least.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Let's hype it up, man. Where's all the excitement? We see it in Rome, man, but I don't know. We got to step it up in the wider Star Atlas community.
For sure.
Let's go. All right, we appreciate you guys. Fancy, any last words? Take us out.
Yeah, great episode. I think Jesse will be back next week, and yeah, looking forward to 100.
All right, road to 100. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Atlas Miner, you were born to push the block in search of ore. And now it's time that you are gone, so farewell, Atlas Miner. the sector same to you. The pirate bastards ran him through. So farewell, Atlas Miner. They promised you a diamond mine, but I'll be damned, it's hard to find. I hope there's justice for their crimes. And farewell, Atlas Miner. And farewell, friend, don't take it hard. Getting killed ain't all that bad. They'll treat you well in the repair yard. So farewell, Atlas